What just happened? I didn't think anything could top night 2 of SummerSlam, but night 2 might have just topped night 1. I'm literally speechless. I was shaking. I'm still shaking, honestly. But hit the subscribe button because this is going to be a crazy year for wrestling. Hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's hop into today's video. The first match of the night was the Women's World Championship match. And this match was a good classic banger. Io and Rhea in the beginning of the match were really cornering Naomi because they don't like Naomi, I guess. But Naomi did get back when she literally bit the finger of Rhea Ripley. Hopefully Rhea's finger's okay. Io and Rhea were doing the Io Sky emo. They, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to them, by the way, for doing the emo. Really thought it was pretty cool. And beating down Naomi at the same time as well, because of course, they have to hate Naomi for some weird reason. Not exactly sure. By the way, Naomi, just want to add this in here. Hold that title on tight because we don't know what's going to happen since Brock Lesnar is back. We'll get that in the later part of this, later part of this whole video. But anyway, when Naomi and Rhea were outside, Io did her moonsault onto them on the outside. Of course, like that, Rhea got hit with that split leg moonsault thing by Naomi, and then hit by a regular moonsault by Io. But Io got a knee straight to the top of her jaw, letting Rhea Ripley hit a riptide on Naomi. But Io got back in the ring just in time to break up the pin. Rhea tried to go for a top rope riptide on Io. She hit it. Then, before Rhea could get the pin, we saw Naomi roll up Rhea for the 1, 2, 3, and Naomi stole the win and keeps her Women's World Championship and retains it at SummerSlam, which, by the way, I'm very, very glad this happened. I was really concerned that Naomi was going to lose, but I kind of had a feeling she was going to lose it. But I'm glad she still retained it because I feel like there's so much more to this Women's World Championship match still left in Naomi. So I'm very glad they didn't just get rid of this championship reign so fast. Very glad. So yeah. But my overall thoughts on the match were all three had very good chemistry, especially Io and Rhea. They have phenomenal chemistry. All around the match was good. It was not it wasn't like the Evolution match, but it was still a pretty solid, decent match. Greatest match of the night. We had the Hardys and the Dudleys in the arena to watch TLC 2 in this SummerSlam. By the way, this match was absolutely bonkers. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the post show. I'm pretty sure the Street Profits are done after this match. DIY Johnny Gargano has a different voice now. Like, he somehow during this match, his voice got a whole different voice box. Like, huh? Makes no sense. Fraxium and Motor City Machine Guns flying everywhere outside the ring and stuff like that. The Profits had the ladder set up on the ropes, tried to toss Joe Gacy on it, but he kind of missed it. He fell out of the ring, but Montez said, hey, nah. He threw him back in the ring. Then they redid it, and Joe Gacy this time landed perfectly on the ladder, which was nasty because Joe Gacy's not a real person, and he's kind of a psychopath. Every single team in this match set up a table on 4 corners of each side, and they all went through it, including D'Angelo Dawkins and Axiom, who did a Spanish fly through 2 tables on the outside. That was insane. Hope they're okay. Don't know if they're okay, but hopefully, because that looked like a nasty spot. Don't know who had the worst bit of it. Probably Axiom, because he went stomach first on that. So we just don't want to see another one of those nasty spots once again. But one thing I did not like about this match is all of a sudden Candice LeRae tried to climb the ladder, so did Nikki Cross, and also so did B-Fab. Why did Nikki Cross, who invited Candice LeRae actually climb the ladder and try to bring the briefcase or the towels down? Which, by the way, I'm considering that Candice was really actually asking herself why was she invited to this. Leaving the ladder to have Candice LeRae retrieve the titles. Montez Ford did a springboard dropkick into the back of Johnny Gargano's back, letting Johnny Gargano hit the what's it called, the ladder, and Candice LeRae went flying and hit another ladder that was displayed outside, and she went through a ladder, and Candice LeRae at that point said, why was she invited to this thing? Because she was 110% regretting to ever showing up to this match and helping her friends, DIY. Unbelievable. Also, I'm pretty sure she's okay, but she went kind of forearm and knee first, so someone please check on Candice. This chaos, and he came in to cause some chaos, but the Profits speared him through a table, which took him out for the remainder of the match. Also, Uncle Howdy also got in the ladder, tipped the ladders over, and sent DIY through two tables by each other, and then another two tables stacked on that, and they went through both of those tables, and one of the tables didn't even break. So, congratulations to the DIY for surviving such a devastating fall. Time to move on to the most scariest spot of the entire night. When Ciampa was holding on the thing that holds the titles, he was upside down with no ladder. Then he decided to turn upside down, where if he fell, he could have landed head first in the mat, and we would have all seen Tommaso Ciampa lose his life. We would have seen disgustingness. It was nasty. And meanwhile, we had Nathan Frazier and Johnny Gargano fighting when Nathan Frazier did that try to do the springboard moonsault, but he got kicked in the jaw with a super kick. But good thing that Tommaso Ciampa didn't almost land on his head and die. Good for him, but he got back on the ladder because I thought he was almost gone. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't end well because the Y6 ended up taking out the DIY and every other tag team, leading to them climbing up the ladder, retrieving the titles, and still your tag team champions, the Y6. Honestly, wanted Frax team to win, or any other team to win, honestly, because I'm already tired of this reign from Y6, which is kind of sad. But yeah. But my overall thoughts on the match was crazy, phenomenal, and awesome. Give me more of this WWE. Give me more! This next match was kind of the weakest match of the entire night. One of them. Not the weakest, but one of them. Still pretty good match. It was a no disqualification match. Technically a street fight, but not really a street fight. But it was a no disqualification match. By the way, we got Becky Lynch have a new entrance theme and new music and a new Titantron. And by the way, the music isn't that bad from what I heard, but I like her old one because it was recognizable as soon as you heard like you knew it was Becky Lynch, right? But now you have to know it's Becky Lynch. You have to hear the man came around this city. Like what? I don't want to hear that, man. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, enough of talking about entrance music because I don't really care about that. But Becky Lynch grabbed a kendo stick and Lyra somehow stole Tony D'Angelo's crowbar, and we almost saw Lyra Valkyria almost murder Becky Lynch on live television. Somehow, someway, Becky Lynch grabbed a literal chain and started wrapping it around the face, or mostly mouth area, of Lyra Valkyria, even putting her against the pole and just like wrenching it and put her foot with the back of the pole. It was some nastiness. Hopefully Lyra's mouth is okay because that looks like it could done serious damage. How some way found a toolbox under the ring. Why is there tools stored under the ring? Who really knows? She threw the toolbox in the ring, grabbed zip ties out, put zip ties on Lyra Valkyria's hands so she couldn't do anything. And then she took a wrench from the toolbox and started whacking Lyra Valkyria's stomach back area. It was all crazy and stuff like that. I don't understand. And she also grabbed a kendo stick and started whipping her with the kendo stick across the chest or in the stomach area when Lyra still had her hands tied. It was so nasty. Eventually, somehow, some way, Lyra somehow got her arms around Becky, did a belly to belly suplex, and still wasn't under. The only way she could have got those things off was when she had to go under the ring to someone cut them off. It's what we are not supposed to believe. Even though we all know that someone was under the ring and cut them off. Simple as that. We finally got back in the ring when we saw Lyra get sent to the exposed turnbuckle to see Becky Lynch do a manhandle slam onto a couple of chairs for the 1-2 because Lyra Valkyria kicked out at 2.5. But Becky put Lyra in a chair, put her against the announcer's table, got on the announcer's table, then jumped to hit the back of it and almost ended Lyra's life. But not only that, she took a crowbar, was about to hit Lyra in the face with it until Bayley grabbed the crowbar, was almost convinced by Becky Lynch to hit Lyra, but then she threw it away because Becky almost hit Bayley with the chain. They started fighting. Bayley got thrown into the crowd. Then when Becky was setting up the table, we saw Lyra out of nowhere hit a big leg drop on Becky, sending her through into the table. Then they got back inside the ring. Somehow Bayley got her hands on the chain, went to hit Becky, accidentally hit Lyra, letting Becky take out Bayley, for Becky to hit the manhandle slam on Lyra Valkyria for the 1-2-3, and still your women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. Pretty good match overall, I thought, but not the best match of the entire night. My overall thoughts on this match was it was good, had some nice spots, but the worst match of the Lyra versus Becky saga. Which, by the way, this is their last match because Lyra can no longer challenge for the Women's Intercontinental Champion anymore. So that actually brings me to a big question. What is Lyra Valkyria doing? What is she going? The only main thing is going after the World Championship, like the Women's World Championship, or maybe moving over to SmackDown to get the Tiffany Stratton's title, because I feel like Tiffany needs new challengers. I don't really know what's happening over there, but we will find out and see in the next Monday Night Raw. But I'm guessing we're going to see a Becky versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship feud. That sounds pretty cool. But really don't know what's next for Lyra Valkyria, because I was honestly really confident that she was going to win this match and get back her championship, but who knows? What are you guys' thoughts? For the United States Championship in the steel cage. By the way, somehow this was the weakest match of the entire night, even though it was in a steel cage. It didn't make that make sense. Make that make sense. Solo Sikoa sending Jacob Fatu multiple times in the cage. It looks like almost a Solo or Jacob almost broke his neck when he was getting slammed into the cage, but we don't really care about that. Jacob had a double springboard moonsault on Solo for the 1-2 kick out, because we already know in every PLE some magical wizard puts a spell on each and every single WWE superstar at WWE PLE to give them resiliency. But what a surprise, the MFTs of Solo Sikoa's family came out, tried to climb the cage, but Jimmy Uso came out, super kicked JC and Loa, but Tonga tossed him down to the side and got him away. The many times Solo tried to go out the door of a steel cage, Jacob ended up grabbing the steel cage and saying to the ref, nah, keep this door closed, because it's all gas, no brakes, you saw that I mean, to the referee. Didn't really work out in Jacob's favor though, because he ate a Samoan spike, but for the 1, 2, and kick out because Jacob, you had to use his resiliency. Some FTs got in the ring, somehow got Jacob on the top rope, letting Tonga Low or not Tonga Low. Come on, he would have botched that. Tala Tonga get handcuffed Jacob to the top, the cage. By the way, if that was Tongaloa on doing the handcuff spot with Jacob Fatu, we would all know that Tongaloa would either take a botch, would drop the handcuffs to the outside, or he would fall in the ring, bro. We all know that somehow Tongaloa would mess up somehow, some way, bro. It would have been hilarious, bro. And as Solo was climbing through the door trying to get out, Jacob Fatu used his ultimate Samoan werewolf strength, broke the handcuffs, grabbed Solo by the wrist, and Solo's face reaction was almost perfect. He was like, what the hell? What the? It's like he's a Looney Tunes character or something, bro. Someone check Solo if he's a real person. But sadly, when Solo and Jacob were fighting near the door, Tonga kicked the door in, having the door slam into Jacob's face, letting Solo climb out of the cage for the win. And still your United States champion, Solo Sikoa. And as you can see, the theme for tonight, no title changes yet. No title changes yet. And Solo is still your United States champion, and probably is gonna face Jacob Batu in another match because we already know that's how it rolls around here. Yeet. Though anyway, my overall thoughts on the match was it was an okay match. Shouldn't have been on SummerSlam at all. Probably should have been on the next week's SmackDown or literally this week's SmackDown. Literally should have been on one of those SmackDowns because this match was absolute doggy poo-poo water. GOAT, the greatest intercontinental champion of all time, decided to grace his presence in New Jersey and grace his presence in front of what could be AJ Styles' last SummerSlam for a championship match. By the way, I'm just going to say, I love how Dominic was in Ray themed gear for SummerSlam 2005 or 4. I forget what year was that when. I forget what year that. What year was that when when Eddie versus Ray happened? Was that 2005, 2004? I forget what year. But and then we have AJ just dressed up as Eddie Guerrero, just hilarious. But but first off, AJ, when you disrespected Dominic here when he was going for the Three Amigos, the last Amigo, AJ turned it into a brain buster. Disrespectful, man. But Dirty Dominic Mysterio is so smart for his own being because he undid the turnbuckle, grabbed a steel chair, hit it against the mat, threw it at AJ, fell down like Eddie Guerrero would do. But then AJ put the chair over his head and fell too, and the referee saw both of them out. He said, I don't know, I'm just saying DQ. But you thought it would work, but it didn't really work. Styles put the calf crusher in on Dominic, which was sucks, but AJ didn't know that Dom already unzipped his own boot. So, as AJ was wrenching back, the boot itself was coming off. And Dom got out because the boot came off. Then the referee was distracted because I think AJ was in his way. Then Dom grabbed his boot, smacked AJ across the face with it. 1 foot with 1 boot on, hopped to the top rope for the Froggy Frog Splash on AJ Styles for the 1. 2, 3. And still, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, the greatest Luchador of all time, the greatest Guerrero slash Mysterio of all time, Dirty Dominic Mysterio retains the match and wins the match with no help. But literally, no help. A clean victory for Dom Dom. But also my overall thoughts on the match. I loved how this match was basically just a tribute match to Eddie Guerrero, because that was hilarious. And I thought, and by the way, most of these spots were just from Eddie Guerrero matches, like the chair thing, and then that boot thing. I'm pretty sure it's Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. Loved the Eddie tribute. Oh boy, we move on to the craziest main event I think I've ever seen in a while. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Let's talk about their entrances first, right? Am I right? Cody's entrance was him wearing, it's honestly simple. The beginning of it was like Dusty Rhodes like reading something in the thing, and I'm pretty sure it was AI of Dusty reading something that WWE just prompted AI to do in a Dusty Rhodes voice. But then Cody came up with like the American Nightmare skull. It's pretty simple. Then we move to John Cena's music. The lights turn off. We see a new font of John Cena's thing. Then we see John Cena's lights and stuff and his actual Titantron, and John Cena ran down to the ring like an actual babyface. And for a second, I didn't buy this entire match until the end, because I thought, I don't know about this man. I don't know about this man. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, boy. Start the match. We had them hug in the ring, which I didn't trust. I thought John Cena was gonna pull something, or he's gonna low blow him and boom, but it did not happen. Good. I'm glad it didn't happen. But they started fighting. They got thrown to the outside. All this some crazy stuff. John Cena even grabbed Tyrese Halliburton's crutch and started banging it across Cody's back. Broke that crutch. So maybe I think Tyrese needs a new crutch. We saw Super Cena here, folks, because we literally saw the strength of John Cena in real time. A 48-year-old man can still pick up a whole solid steel staircase above his head and toss him to Cody on the outside, hitting Cody in the meantime. By the way, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was rooting for Cena or Cody in the entire match because Cody is the legit GOAT here. You probably already knew that, though. Then Cena hits the 5 moves of doom. But by the time he tried to go for the attitude adjustment, Cody hit his own 5 moves of doom. And surprise, surprise, after that, but during the thing when Cody was going for, I think it was a crossroads, Cody surprised him for an AA for the 1, 2, because Super Cody was in this match as well. Cody Rhodes hit a band move on John Cena, hitting the pile driver in the middle of the ring. Then he was trying to pick John Cena up after the pin because he got the 1, 2, Then we saw John Cena playing dead, but he was really playing possum to hit the attitude adjustment on Cody Rhodes for the 1. Cody Rhodes hit some crazy moves in this match, including a pop-up powerbomb, which he's never done in a day in his life, but somehow after John Cena kicked out, he turned it into an STF, which, thank you the Lord, that Cody Rhodes got out. But they ended up going to the outside where John Cena hit a code red from the outside. We haven't seen John Cena do a code red in years. A Spanish announce table. They went on to the American announce table, I believe. Then they tossed. Then we saw John Cena give Cody Rhodes an attitude adjustment through the Spanish announce table. When they got back in the ring, Cody had the crossroads for the 1, 2, Cena, for the first time in literal years, went to the top rope, hit the flying leg drop on the back of Cody's neck for the attitude adjustment for the 1, 2, because Super Cody was on display here tonight. They ended up going into the crowd where Cena grabbed a metal barricade, threw it at Cody a couple times, tried to set it up to suplex it on Cody, but Cody reversed it and suplexed Cena onto it, which literally dented this metal barricade, so rip that metal barricade. As Cody and Cena were fighting, they went on their stage, and then next thing we know, we seen Cody on John Cena's shoulders as they were coming up from Cody's entrance plate, and then we just see John Cena toss Cody onto the stage from an attitude adjustment. Then, as John Cena or as Cody's dead, lifeless body was getting carried on John Cena's shoulders, they brought back Cody in the ring, but then before Cody could do anything, Cody got hit at crossroads on Cena for the 1, 2, ooh, because Super Cena was here tonight. Cody Rhodes undid the bottom turnbuckle and hit the metal part at Cena twice. No, 3 times actually. They hit 3 crossroads for the 1, 2 kick out because Super Cena is really a Super Cena for real. Then Cody went to grab the title, and I was screaming at my computer saying, "Hey, hey, hey! Do not hesitate! Do not hesitate! Do not hesitate! Do not hesitate! Do not hesitate!" Because I trust my boy Cody Rhodes will never hesitate ever. You know what I'm saying? And as Cody was about to hit Cena with the title, John Cena reversed it into an AA for the 1. But actually, he didn't go for the pin because he did him another attitude adjustment and also threw the title in the way when he went for the third one. Got on the top rope, hit Cody with an avalanche AA for the 1, 2 kick out because Super Cody is unbelievably strong and has 25 billion resiliency. So does John Cena. John Cena grabbed a Slim Jim table, set it up in the ring, tried to go for another avalanche attitude adjustment, but Cody fought out. Hit a Super Cody cutter on the top rope through the table. Then John was on the top rope, or was on the middle rope. Looked like he was going for a 619, but then Cody was right there was right there behind Cena, saluting Cena like it was the Shawn Michaels to Ric Flair "I'm sorry" moment, "I love you" moment. Then we see Cody hit the crossroads one more time on John Cena for the 1, 2, 3, and your new undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. And I'm not gonna lie, I almost lost my voice here because I almost lost my mind when I saw Cody Rhodes win. I'm so happy because my GOAT is Cody Rhodes, and I was crying at WrestleMania 40 when he won the title. I cried at WrestleMania 41 when he lost the title, and I almost cried again when he won the title back at SummerSlam 2025. Let's go, GOAT! Cody and Cena were hugging it. Cena raised his hand with the championship. They hugged. Cody left the ring, and the crowd started saying, "Thank you, Cena." But as John Cena was leaving, we hear Brock Lesnar's music. For the first time in 2 years. Walks down the apron, walks around the entire ring, and then stops at the announcer's table, gets in the ring, takes his hat off first, and his, what do they call it? I don't know, flannel, gets in the ring, F5's John Cena. I screamed because I did not think I did not think Brock Lesnar was returning to WWE in 2025. But seeing a Brock Lesnar entrance in 2025 is the craziest thing in my life. I was never expecting Brock Lesnar to return to WWE ever. Especially with that legal stuff going on with Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon, bro. Was never expecting this man Brock Lesnar to return, bro. And now it makes sense why WWE turned John Cena babyface. And I didn't think John Cena was actually turning babyface, but they actually did. They actually kept this man, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes both babyfaces. And also, it's officially say that this show is better than WrestleMania 41. And Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at WrestleMania 41. I think is next for Cena. I think what's next for Cena. You want to know what I think is next for Cena? Guys, you want to know what I think is next for Cena? I think it's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Clash in Paris. By the way, can we just say, I know I am not the only one who didn't think we were ever going to get John Cena versus Brock Lesnar ever again, right? I loved all the matches except maybe the steel cage match and Honestly, that's it, right? A lot of W for the winners of each match, right? Cody Rhodes won. I'm so glad he won. Thank you. Also, the surprise return of Brock freaking Lesnar. What the heck, bro? What the heck, bro? Bro, like, that makes no sense. Also, bro, I literally forgot to give my thoughts about the Cody versus Cena match. Oh, by the way, I loved great match. W winner. Loved this surprise. My overall thoughts about night 2 was awesome night of wrestling, some banger matches, and John the Brock Lesnar return. Was not expecting that 100%. What do you guys think of SummerSlam 2025 down in the comments below? And how shocked were you when you saw Brock Lesnar's music hit? I was, because I don't read the dirt sheets because I stay off of the social media because that gives me anxiety. I'm not going to lie. It gets me anxiety. But anyway, have a beautiful rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye.